from the door. The love letter to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, to my Lord, my God, to my
Now what is an ephod? Quick 2-minute definition here. An ephod is a cassock, as to say. It's just a fitted robe that fits on your body, and it's almost an overlay, as to say. He danced so much, he danced out of the ephod. So everybody wants to know he was not naked. But sometimes you got to dance to expose yourself. Sometimes you got to say, God, look, here it is. Let me dance before you. Because of the fact of the matter is, I got to expose myself and say, God, this is my sacrifice. My sacrifice is I'm giving myself. Be ye holy, for your God is holy. And I shall become a living sacrifice unto you, God. Now David begins to start dancing to the point where God even tells him, I dare you. I dare you to give me praise. But check this out, Minister Michelle. He said it in a different way. He said, I dare you. But you just said that. I said it was in a different way. Well, what do you mean? Break down the word dare. D-A-R-E. Dance and release expectancy. Yeah, I got to dance and release expectance. So there's two things you got to do, Deacon Carl. Dance before the Lord. Just give him praise for what he's done. Give him praise for all the nights that you done cried. Sleeping in your bed worrying how your bill's going to get paid. All you got to do is dance and give God his just due. For the Lord said, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continue to be in my mouth. You got to dance because in the tabernacle, I got to dance before the Lord. I got to dance like David. I got to dance like David Birds. I got to do what God says to do. I got to give him praise here because when I think, it's dangerous for an apostolic man to start thinking because he starts thinking of the goodness of Jesus. Everything that he's done for me and his soul begins to start crying out, hallelujah, thank God for saving me. Would you kindly touch a neighbor and say, neighbor, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to give him glory, I dare you to give him praise, I dare you to lift him up, I dare you to scream, I dare you to holler, I dare you to shout hallelujah, I dare you to walk in the enemy's camp and take back everything that the devil stole from you. I dare you to take your marriage back. I dare you to take your church back. I dare you to take your job back. I dare you to take your college life back. I dare you. Touch your neighbor, say neighbor. I dare you. My God, I came to you as a prophet of the nations to tell somebody that anything that you're going through, you can make it. Just know that God is saying is that I dare you. I dare you to move in position and accept what God allows and accept what your destiny is. When I accept what God has in my life, I move into position to dance and release expectance. So when I dance, and now I got to release. Let's talk about this word release. When I release, I begin to pour out. When I dance, I begin releasing my worry sins. Let me share. Be seated. My testimony. My testimony is that this Sunday I was delivered from myself. What do you mean, Prophet Jones? I mean I was delivered delivered from being what I thought everybody wanted me to be. I was delivered from being selfish. Preach, Fred. I was delivered from lying. Preach, Jones. I was delivered from being a backbiter. Preach, Jones. As I begin to start laying it down, as I begin to start saying, God, I did this. God, I did that. God, I surrender all. God began to start releasing some things. God released my finances. Gave me 2 jobs. God gave me my marriage back. God gave me my friendship back. God gave me my ministry back. God started restoring some things. All because I dared. God told me, I dare you. Just try me. You tried everything else. You tried to do it your way. You tried to do it everybody else's way. You tried to be like your father. You tried to be like Bishop James. You tried. You tried to do everything you thought. Now try Jesus. Try me, Fred. When you give it up, would you touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, when you tried everything and everything failed, try Jesus. My God, when you try, when you tried everything and everything failed, all you got to do is simply try Jesus. Now I laid on the altar and begin to cry out to God. I say, God, I give it up. I can't live this way no more. I'm going through too much, but you've been too good to me for me to sit back and watch everything crumble. You've been too good to me just to sit back and let everybody else get blessed. And I'm sitting in the corner, when am I going to get blessed? But guess what? I get up in my mind. From this day forward, I'm going to live for Jesus. It's for God I live, and for God I die. Everything I have is yours. I give you my body. I give you my mind. I give you everything. Everything surrendered to you because you told me. I dare you. I begin to dance and release my expectancy. Now, as I get ready to close my sermonic presentation and leave you for my next appointed time, but let me just interject and let me throw this last brick, and I'm going home. Watch this here. When you release and you start expecting, when you dance, you tell God, I expect you to move like never before. I expect you to bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. Watch this here. David began to dance before the Lord, before the ark, and you know, he began to dance. I started to think about my daddy. You know, he had to shout when he used to go 2 feet. But y'all don't know, back in the day, daddy had this circle shout. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, y'all remember that? Some of y'all remember that. Daddy had this circle shout. And I used to try to